Virgo, why do I keep hearing come on over to my place? Something to do around a place or a Pisces, or something to do around a house or a home, or the name Chris or Christina or Chris or Chrissy, but a house. But come on over, come on, why don't you come on over, Valerie, like Valerie? But why don't you come on over? Come on over to my place. Hey, you, we're having a party. It might be a party or a birthday party. Well, my party card is the Three of Cups, so that's a 3, so that's a Pisces. So I keep hearing, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Now, unless they're called Valerie, I don't know. Or Valve. Or why don't you come on over and have a look at me valves? Or vows. Is it something to do around a married person or a married couple? And you might be renewing your vows or something like that, or your valves of your car. So I'm hearing valve pressure of like I might need my tyres like pumping around a car. So you could be dealing with a life path 7 like myself or a Cancerian, but like valve pressure. So I don't know if there's anything to do around tyres or the tithe. Okay, Malakanta. All this rolling in from the sea, my desire. Some of you could have desire and you're desiring someone. Well, that's normally my Aquarian placement. And then I'm also... Anyway, sorry, hold on a second, Virgo. I do apologise. I've got a frog in me throat. Unless your name's Chris. Christina, Chrissy Ra, Chrissy Ray, Chrissy Ma. Anyway, or my mother, or you are a mother. Okay, so you have children. But anyway, let's go back to what I'm hearing for you. Something to do with valve pressure of a tyre or a car and wheels. Okay, so whether you're looking for one, buying one, or needing your wheel pressure pumping up, unless you're just like pumping out loads of stuff and someone really could be having a good time over someone's energy. But I'm also hearing, why don't you come on over, Valerie? So, like, why don't you come on over and collect it or come round my house? So, like, I don't know, are you having someone over? Because I keep hearing like, a conversation going on and someone saying, look, why don't you just come over? Why don't you come over tonight? Or why don't you come over tomorrow? Or why don't you just come over and fetch it? I mean, are you buying something that you have to go and fetch? Or is it a dog? Like, why don't you come over and see my dog or me pussycat? Or it might be a Leo or an Aquarian placement. But why don't you come over and see me pussy? Or why don't you come over and see me, like, me dog? I got no idea where you're going there, Virgo. But, like, I'm hearing, why don't you come on over and take a look at me cat? I mean, does people visit people's cats? Well, they would normally visit their dogs. So, like, do you have dogs? Cats and dogs. Lorraine, Lucy, Laura, Louise, Louisiana, Pollyanne. Why don't you come on over and take a look at me pussycat? Like, I mean, I don't know. Do you have cats, or are you just like up for like a... I don't know. So, something could be going on here, Virgo, unless your name's Ron. Anyway, so let's stop with the antics. Roadshow, roads. Someone's going on the road, on a road trip, or from Rhodes Island, from Ireland, or Louisiana, or Rhodes... Rhodes piano. Someone might do like I do as a music producer as well, so mixing and mastering a Rhodes piano. There might be a piano. But then I'm also hearing for a lot of you, like I'm going on a road trip. Okay, a road trip. So pretty much I'm going away for a while, so on and so forth. And I'm going to get in my car because there's something to do with around air pressure and tyres and car and travelling and like a road trip. So I don't know if it is that you're preparing your car and your it could be a valet, not a Valerie, but I'm having my car valeted or serviced, and I'm going to put my car in for like an MOT or a service to have it valeted, to have like the oil changed, the tyre pressure done, and blah blah blah, because I'm going on a road trip, and if I am and it's quite a way, I don't want the car going wrong, so I'm just going to pop it down the garage and get them to look at it. Okay, because I'm definitely keeping up like road tripping. And you might listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers on your way there. So you might be dealing with a Leo or an Aquarian placement. But road tripping. Anything else for Virgo coming up? Well, I don't know, because I'm keeping like extravagant energy. Like I'm going away, I'm going out, I'm going here, I'm in and I'm out, and I'm in and I'm out, and like I'm going on a road trip and I'm going away for a little while. I'm having a week's holiday. I've got a car. I'm having my car valeted or a new car. and like everything's kind of like maneuvering around, and then you get this energy of this message of like, why don't you come on over? So I don't know if you're inviting someone over to your house, or someone has, you're right, Virgo, why don't you come on over and have a look at the new baby or the baby? So what? The newborn baby, the new baby. So someone just had a baby or something like that, and they're saying, why don't you come on over and have a look at our little bundle of joy? Okay, or Jason, Julian, Jason, Justin, Joy, Gianna, anybody beginning with J. Okay, but why don't you come on over and have a look at something? Okay, a thing. It might be a Steve, a Stephen. I'm a Stephen. But why don't you come on over and have a look at my dog, or our dog, or our cat, or our child? I don't know where that's going. Any other messages that make sense? The none. The sense that makes none. A Libra energy, maybe. Something that doesn't make sense. I'm trying to put the... See, this is a Virgo all day long, man. Right, you can never seem to figure out what it is that you want, right, a lot of the time. So there might be a third party here, because I'm picking up 3, and I can never really seem to figure out what it is that I want. Well, that's a 9 all day long. You will always feel that way a lot of the time as a Virgo, because you are a 9. Sometimes, if you get a very bad 9, and you're into 9, the 9, it's 9, then you get like a very controlled Virgo. They either, 1, don't like to be controlled, or 2, they can be very hard to satisfy. Which means that, look, I'm trying to give you everything that I've got, okay, but that isn't enough. Why is what I'm offering you not enough? You're like, well, it isn't. I'm sorry, but I just want more. I'm looking for something else, or I'm looking for someone new. And what I've got isn't really what I want. So it might be you or the other person, or there's a person here that is in a relationship and it isn't quite what you want. And it's like, well, they don't quite offer me everything. Well, unfortunately, that can be the trouble of Virgo. Okay. Sorry, I just heard a commotion. So I definitely keep hearing like this, it isn't what I want. I'm not satisfied what I want. So you might even be buying something, okay, and you like go to buy it and you're like, oh, that isn't quite what I was looking for. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of going to have to turn it off or turn it down. Okay, that isn't really what I'm looking for. I'm not really looking for like a full-term relationship or like a full-term contract of something. That isn't quite what I want. Like, or the partner that I'm with at the moment, if you're with someone, it's not quite what you want. Like, they're not doing, it might be a Piscean, but like, they're not doing what I want them to do. Which means that, I mean, trust me, Virgo, I ain't saying that because you are the card that represents every narcissistic card in the deck, okay? It doesn't mean that you are, okay? Because it relates to every part of your chart and also your life path number and how it's compatible with others. But I am picking up an energy here where what I have at the moment isn't where I want to be, or where I want to live, or where I want to stay, or who I want to be with. Okay, so you might have an energy that is being tempted to leave or buy something else. Because you could also be very extravagant in spending money, or your partner is. Like, because, like, you know, I've got everything. Okay, and I've got a house, I've got a home, I've got a job, I've got fucking everything else, and like I can afford to buy it, so why not? And then I get it, and I'm like, oh, that isn't really what I want. I mean, quiver belief, I have Virgo in my chart, okay, which is in my midheaven, I think it is, and that's a very big placement for me where I feel like that a lot. Okay, where I've got like keyboards, cameras, and everything else. I've got this that I'm trying to sell here because it's brand new. Okay, and it's a bloody good treadmill. It's worth a hell of a lot of money. I've only had it for about a month and a half, but I've just bought the bionic gym that works 10 times better for me because I've lost a stone in weight so far over a period of a week and a bit. And I've not used this once, and I'm like, oh, I ain't really doing what I want. Like, I haven't got on it. I haven't, like, I haven't gone on there at all, and it's just sitting there collecting dust, so I might as well sell it. And that can be, well, in my placement where Virgo is, that is a lot of that feeling, right? Like, I have a load of things, but what I have isn't giving me enough. So sometimes if you're in relationships that are not providing what you want, you can actually, or your partner comes across as very controlling, trying to control one another. Because you're not giving me enough time. Like, you're not giving me enough time to work. You're not giving me enough time to think. I can't think straight. You're battering my head in. you know, I don't have time in order for a relationship, or I want one, you know. And some people, especially if you get into third energies, right, you can really get very confused with like, well, what the hell is it that you want? What do I want? You know, where do I belong if I'm in a partnership? Because I'm picking up, if I'm honest, Virgo, for your messages, I'm picking up on like, but I always do this. Because you can have loads of different people that have Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, and then the 9 energy. If there's third parties and they and you, or you have a cross comparison of the same placement in chart of Virgo, you'd be watching it for one another, thinking and feeling the same energy, the same thing, right? So what I feel is, and what I'm messaging for you is that someone here feels as if what they're getting from their actual partner isn't enough. They're not getting enough input into a relationship because it isn't enough. Okay, that's a couple that are in a relationship. It isn't enough. Okay, which is definitely going to piss both people off, because if one is giving all that they have to a Virgo and the Virgo isn't satisfied, it's going to drain the other person. So I'm definitely picking up conflict that has arisen here. Okay, and then I'm kind of getting this where it's kind of this energy of, come on over to my place. But a place to me is a fish, cod, haddock, place, chip shop. If it is a fish, it would be a Piscean. That's how I channel. So it's something around this energy of, I'm not getting enough, I'm not getting what I want, I'm not quite satisfied, I need more out of a relationship or something that I'm offered. Like I'm putting in an offer and it isn't quite what I expected. I'm going to have to take one of these offers. Now, it might be something that you're buying, like a car or something, right? And you come up against this offer and it's like, it doesn't have all of the bells and whistles. Like it's not quite perfect. Do you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this isn't what a person is looking at a person. It might even be a person. They don't quite have all the bells and whistles. Okay, we're not going to relate this to a person. We're going to relate this to a thing. Okay, but they don't have all of the qualities that I want. I'm still relating to a person. I think there's a person and a thing in your... okay, very quickly, Virgo, I've gone straight into this. If you do not and haven't found this channel, or you've just found it, I channel a load of messages, we figure them out, and I paint a picture and draw it for you as a prediction of what I feel and see as a vision for you coming up. We put it together, and then we, as a vision, and me explaining it to you as a channeler and a medium, and then I do tarot cards and see if they relate. Okay, so painting this picture for you, what I have is that you may be doing a part exchange type sort of thing, right? And this might be a person and a thing, because I'm picking up mundane objects, and I'm also picking up people, okay? And what I am kind of globally channeling for Virgo is that what I have isn't right, and I need to swap it for something else. Now that's, I feel, what my spirit is saying is a person and a thing of object. Okay, what I have, like I live in a house and it's not good. Okay, so I'm going to sell my house and move. Or I have a car and it's an old car and I want a new car. So I'm going to sell my car or part exchange it for a new car. Or I have a person that is too young or with argued loads and I'm going to, but I'm going to like swap. Or like, I don't know, it's a sludfest of bingo dobbers everywhere and I'm going to part exchange my partner's dobber for your dobber. Right? I mean, I really do hope that people aren't part exchanging cats and dogs, because I don't know what this is about. Come on over and have a look at me pussy and me dog. Or me sack, me back, me pussy and me crack. Like, you know. So, I don't know. Someone could be getting naked here. Like I said, I don't know. Why don't you come on over and take a look at me back, me crack, me pussy and me crack. You know, I've got no idea what Spirit is trying to get me to say. But that seems to be a message for you about part exchanging things. Okay? Unless you're going to the Corn Exchange in Cambridge. Or you're from Britain there. The Corn Exchange, okay, to watch a band or a group or like a, you know, or you're going to a group activity and let's go to a fucking, what do they call them? Where there's dicks and everything everywhere. Like, it's just like, let's go to one of those. Right? Where, like, what is it? Throw your keys in the bowl. Right? Just put your keys in the bowl, dear. Come in. Okay, there's George, Sid, Daphne, you know, and just pick who you want. And you know, I'm just having a laugh. But I'm kind of picking up some kind of, like, activity of something. Right? Okay. Sorry if that isn't your normal Normington or Norma or Norman. Normington, Noel, Nigel, Neve, Eve, Steve, Sarah, Sassy. Anyway, so, last 48 hours. Now we're looking at your tarot. What has been going on with Virgo for the last 48 hours? Bam, Wheel of Fortune. Some love walked in through my door of opportunity. Window. I'm hearing window. So some of you might be with a karmic ex and you're trying to get divorced from move away from things that are bad. Mama, you've been bad. Something to do with my mum. Okay, my mum. But like, yeah, riding. I keep hearing ride in the night. I want a ride. Someone's going for a ride of their life. Anyway, last 48 hours. The Wheel of Fortune is a very difficult card to get out on the first one. It's fate. Meaning, that's why I say someone just walked in through my door. Because it's fate. It's destiny. It's happened already. It's just happened. Okay? So it's something that is very, very important to you. That where something has either drastically gone wrong in a relationship, or it is an event that is there, okay, like a very like a fated event, okay, where I can't believe that's just happened, right? A milestone in my life has just happened, and I'm in shock, knowing what to do, okay, because you're at 1. Saturn is 1, okay. So I'm at a new beginning and a fresh start in my life. Which direction is it that I take it in? Okay, so something could have happened where it could have ended. You could be single, meaning 1, okay, you're single and ready to mingle and a Pringle and everything else, or prudish, okay, and you're kind of like, right, now I've just got me to look after, me, okay. Saturn, the Wheel of Fortune, is a very selfish energy. It could be a life path 3 or a Piscean in your chart. But it's a very selfish energy because it is driven by a calling of destiny. To say that I have a new beginning, I have a fresh start, and I'm more concerned about me than what I am you. Now, if you're in, because it's alchemy, right? So if you are in a relationship and it seems unfair, that's because someone works a hell of a lot. Now, me, I have this in the 2nd house, which is Capricorn. So it makes me work, okay, a lot for what I want because it's cardinal. Capricorn is a cardinal sign, which means it can be very slow coming, but it can also be a very hard grafting worker that works and works and works and works. But because it's cardinal within the 2nd house, meaning it might take a very long time to get there, but it will eventually, right? So depending on what's in your house, but what I'm hearing for you is that something has just happened. I now have a new beginning and a fresh start in life, and now I have to pick myself up and realise what path do I want to choose for me. For me, what's best for me, not anybody else. Me, okay? I am, okay? I am in you. You are in me. I am everywhere. You are in everywhere because we are all cut from the same cloth of destiny, fate. Okay, you are not in control of your own life. Destiny is. It's preordained. So Dan, Danielle, Danny, Glover, Life Path 7, can't take this shit no more. Virgo, you could have had an argument here, Virgo. Yeah, someone could be drinking, could be excessively drinking. But again, man, you're coming up against a Scorpio, a Life Path 4, or an Aries person. Bored, frustrated, fed up. Right, okay, so we're going to go into the first people that are in relationships, if you are. There's more than likely been an argument here because someone has stuck their heels in by someone keeps battering someone's heading and they're not listening to them. They're spending more time listening to themselves, okay? So they're not really interested in listening to other people's advice, or I don't need your input about how much I'm working. If I work long hours, okay, if I work long hours and I work different hours than what you do, I don't need your input to tell me what I should be doing with my own life. I don't need that, and I don't like that. Because this can be a very controlled environment, which means that you are not the boss, I am my own boss. But because I am, this came up in another reading. Okay, so what I'm hearing is people that own their own company and their own business, which means mind your own business because I run my own business, and because I am a self-made employed person by myself, I don't get the luxuries that you get by working for a person, because I'm an individual that has my own company and business. Okay, so I can't just literally drop everything for you at a moment's notice because I have a lot of work to do, because my work is harder than your work. And because of the arguments of people, when you get human nature in relationships, if you get like 12-hour shifts and you're pulling loads of night shifts, okay, night and day, if you're pulling loads of night shifts and stuff like that and you're working from 9 till 5 around the clock, okay, and you put in a lot of hours and a lot of work to build something up that is of destiny that's yours, and you've got like bills, finances and blah, 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 normally when you both get in a relationship, you're going to be working different hours, okay, and that is normally when people argue the most, because they don't get to spend quality time with one another. So there's been some sort of argument that may have arisen here by where someone hasn't been paying attention to their partner because they've been working, okay, which means that you might not have a lot of time for a relationship itself, or your partner, or you feel, or your partner feels as if you haven't got any input into the relationship itself to be bothered for one, okay. But this is a workhorse. And that's where the majority of relationships fail, in my opinion, is the difference of opinion between working hours and non-working hours and relationship. But normally when people work long hours, when it comes to the relationship, they're tired. They don't always want to be able to deal with a relationship because they're tired, especially if you have children, right? So other things of like, well, I've just bypassed my whole life because I've always put who first? Children. And now it's my time. Right? But normally when time has gone by, you seem to have think, oh, actually I've missed my life because I've sacrificed it for other people. Where the old saying is, who is most important in your life? And every single mother will say, my children. I will always put my children first. But if you was on an aeroplane, like everybody says, and there was gas masks and there were oxygen masks, who would you first put it on, your child or yourself? If you put it on your kid and you pass out, you can't help your child. You need to save yourself first, hold yourself up like we do on the teaching tier, okay, of the foundation. You need to set a good one. When you have it, you have stability, which is work, effort, action, okay. I don't know where we're going on this because it doesn't seem to be like a tarot card reading, but I'm picking up like stability and stable energy and unstable energy, meaning that someone feels as if in a partnership that the person works too much. They work too much to provide a stable environment. Okay, so they may not be respected for being a stable person, because you could have a brat here that blames a person for being a stable person. They're stable physically and emotion, like it's more of a masculine energy, right? I am stable within money and job and everything else is cushy, but when it comes to emotion, I struggle with giving you all the emotion because I put all my effort and my time into my work. So I possibly don't have time for one, or if I'm in one, I'm not really showing so much emotion, I'm spending more time at work. Okay. So you might be single here and you're putting more effort into your work than what you are your love life because you're not actually interested yourself. Now don't forget, this is past energy. Okay. So let's see. Virgo. What's Virgo been doing over the last 48? So again, cardinal Capricorn energy. It does relate a lot to my chart. If you know your chart inside out, you'll know what to watch for. Okay, like I said, Capricorn, second house. But a very kind of like, I'm putting in loads of effort and loads of time and loads of effort, but it just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I've put in all of these readings and nobody is joining my goddamn... I'm only kidding. But like, nobody's joining my website, and I've spent a whole week putting in all this time and all this effort to build it up, and what I'm really looking for is for people to join. Now, this is past tense. But do you see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to persuade you to join. I'm just saying I'm putting in loads of time loads of effort and loads of work, and what am I getting out of this? What am I getting out of it all? You know, am I married and I'm putting in loads of effort towards paying bills and everything else, but I don't seem to be getting any free time in order to be able to do anything here, right? So it might mean that I put all of this effort into this child to get them motivated to get a job, but they don't never listen. And I tell them, look, by the time you grow up, bruv, you ain't going to be sponging off me. Eventually, at some point, you're going to have to move out. Okay, and they're like, yeah, well, I don't want a job. I just want to play on my PlayStation. Like, fuck no. You need to contribute. You need to be Jack Black, or Jack, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jackson, or my son. My son doesn't contribute. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't go anywhere. He just stays put all the time. Okay, and he just like asks me all the time for everything. Okay, it's always me. Me. Right, here. Or you might be seeing your partner as an arrogant person, or Gary, or Tina, as an arrogant person because all you seem to do is think about you and what you want, and you don't never contribute towards my life or my partnership. Now this came up in the last reading I did, that was, the last reading that I did, that you have never contributed towards my life whatsoever, and that was to do with Trevor or a previous marriage, and it was in Leo reading, I think Leo. No, it wasn't. Sorry, man. The reading that I did before this, I don't know. You could have it in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Libra reading. Okay, message. You have never contributed anything towards my life whatsoever, and you have never sent birthday cards, you have never sent a gift card, you have never ever had an input in my life, and that may be where this is now turning into a karmic X, that you had a husband or at a time where you had a child with each other, and the father or the mother hasn't never had an input into their life, meaning you've forgot every birthday that I've had, or you only ever contact me on my birthday, or I can't, and your mother or your father has stopped me from doing that. You know, whichever way, I'm picking up the same message that came through in Libra reading. You've never really had any input into my life, and you've never really given me anything. You've never shown me any signs of love. You've only ever really supported me financially, but you've never given me love. You've never taught me what it is to feel like to be loved. To be loved, oh, what a feeling to be loved. Now, that might be you, Virgo. You've never actually felt what it's like to be truly loved. But that might be the problem because you're a 9. Right? Now, that might be what could be going on with you guys if you have very controlling parents and they've never really shown you any signs of love, or you got married and you have a previous relationship and you are fighting over the child because one of you may not be able to or isn't bothered. Okay. Now, I very much doubt that any parent out there wouldn't be bothered about their children, but it happens a lot. Okay. So what I am hearing is you've never really given me any input, and you've only ever really contacted me on times when you want something. Okay. Like you want to see me whenever you want to see me, and that's it. Because this could relate also to a message that's coming through as relationship. You only ever want to see me when you want to see me. You don't ever see me when I want it. You only ever do it when you do it. And that's when you have time off work. And I have time off work and you have time off work, but your schedule doesn't fit in with my schedule. And I can never seem to get you to come over and visit and stay with me because you're always working. Right? So you've never really shown me any signs of input into love. You've just been a very stable environment. That's what I'm saying, man. Sometimes if it is you, Virgo, that are finding it very difficult to squeeze amount of love out of someone, it could well be because they're focused on their kids or they're focused on their career and their business, depending on what is within their chart here. Okay, so what we got? 30 minutes. Last 48 hours for Virgo. Yeah, you see? Praying for forgiveness or block someone out and said, fuck it, Tyrone. You know, if you're going to work, you work. You do what you want. I'll just release the reins and let you go. Okay, if you want to work, you work. Okay, but please keep coming at me, asking me loads of questions when I'm at work. If I'm at work, I'm at work. Okay, so someone here has got ratty over working environments here. There's probably been arguments around work or about work in a relationship. Okay, you don't have any input. You don't have a say what I do for a living. You don't have that say. Okay, now some of you, this is just, well, it's a bit of a shit show that seems to be going on. Why it is that you would need to block this person out and not be interested. But it might not be. Like I said, it can also still relate to where some of you got a new person, okay, in the past, you've had a new person, and you haven't really been paying much attention to them, and you haven't really been spending much time. And you're like, it's not really what I want. If someone else comes along that has a little bit more umph in them, and they have a little bit more energy, and a little bit more get up and go. So if they do, I've really not been paying attention to the person in my past here. Okay. Now, some of you might be dealing with a third-party energy, and that hasn't been going anywhere. And basically, I haven't reached out, I haven't contacted them because I tried, and I tried once, but they didn't reply. I tried reaching out, I said something, they didn't reply to it. It's obvious that they're not interested because they're just bored or they're just not doing something. I tried asking them, I tried saying, they didn't agree, or they didn't offer, or they didn't reply to my message, and because they didn't, I'm not bothered. So I'll just leave you alone, because I tried, there you go, okay, I tried reconciling, I tried talking to you, but you wouldn't listen, so you do what you want, okay? So that could have been what could have been going on for your last 48 hours. Right, so let's see, hopefully this gets better, Virgo. What comes up for Virgo with their next 48 hours? So the King of Cups is here to say, I love you, Jano. I know what love is. See, this king is a king for a reason, because he knows what love is. He knows how to love himself and other people. If someone does not love this king will be, well, fuck, I don't really care. I don't really care. I can be on my own. I can be whoever I want. I can be green. I can be blue. I can be violet sky. I really don't care who you are. I know who I am. Okay. In all of this, in this mess of you always worrying about me or you, that's why this king, that's what I told you guys, when you become masculine and stable, that all of you guys out there are more than likely on that search for, when you get here, you get blamed for it. You get blamed for it because you get blamed for thinking of yourself all the time. Selfish. I've taught you this for years. When you get into situations in life, when someone has respect and love for themselves, they're wanted or not wanted because they want themselves. They go after things that they love, okay? If this person loves someone else or loves other mundane project options of work or finances and stuff like that, and that's what they're intrigued about, that makes you love this person even more or hate them. That's where you go to erasure. I love to hate you because you love yourself. You're selfish. You don't never show me any signs of love. What you're giving me isn't enough. So who is actually the one, if you're looking at a Virgo energy, that feels that the love that this king has is not enough for you? Because if you're a partner here that is saying that this king doesn't have enough love to go around with me, well, then I don't think it's this king's fault because he's stable here. Okay, because he has masculine quality energies. He knows how to love and he knows how to divide it. Okay. So let's see. Because some of you on this side do not love this person. Or you do love this person, but you're sick to death of trying to control the amount of love that they don't show you. You know. So it isn't down to this person. If you're looking at a you versus them now, it's not down to this person, it's down to you. If you're bored and you're fed up with not getting what you want on this side, well then give up. Give up trying. It's not down to this person because I don't think this person's trying. And I think that's why this side is getting annoyed because this person isn't even trying. They probably don't even have to. You know. Okay. Virgo. So Virgo, for the next 48 hours, Two of Cups. So you could have a third party that's coming. You could have a new person here for a lot of you. Because this is metaphysical love. This is something that is built within spiritual community. Okay. I love you, you love me, together we create alchemy. There's a piece of me inside you that draws me towards you and makes me think, why? But the complex of this is that somebody is already in conflict with someone. But this is normally when love walks through your door of a Two of Cups. Okay? Because it's a window of opportunity that sees within the soul that knows that I have a connection with someone. But it's also a trigger and a mirror, where two people here have mirrored each other's life and energy that much that they've destroyed it, which is trust. Justice is trust. Okay? It's right. So I've mirrored you and fooled you and tricked you, trying to control my soulmate that much that it's ended up where it turned karmic. You know, I offered you, you're not listening, you're not paying attention. I realised that it's a very controlled environment. I realised that I can't control you. I've tried doing that. You've told me no, you've told me to piss off, or you've not shown me any signs of interest. You've not been around, you've not been moving, you've not been doing anything. You've not got no action, you'll not come towards me. When you did, you didn't reply, or you pushed me out, you pushed me away, you blocked me off, you cut me out, you will not open up to me. And then this king starts to look at this Two of Cups to say, Jesus, is that what relationship is really about with this person here? Because I can't get through to you, this is when soulmates come in. Okay. So if you are in relationships or you have connections with people and they start to drastically go wrong, where you mirror each other's energy and you get into confusion, control and narcissism, and you mirror each other and one says, no, it's your fault, no, it's your fault, no, you don't do this, no, you don't do that, to me, to you, to me, to you, and you play a tennis match and you're like, listen to, right, listen, watch the grey area, or grey man, number 6, but like, listen, number 2, and number 2 is supposed to be flushed. Okay, so if you start acting like a little shit, you know, you might as well flush yourself down the toilet, because I ain't, you know, I'm not here to be controlled or manipulated or told that it's my fault, that I'm to blame. If you blame me, you're going to push me away. You're not actually going to pull me towards you. You're actually doing more harm of distrust. So soulmates come in to find compatibility with another soulmate if an energy has destroyed a soulmate, because you destroy their hope and their career and their life. You have to love everything about what your partner does when you're in soulmate situations. Because if you hate their job or their career or their life or what they look like or who they are, the moment you have hatred for your soulmate, the moment you destroy it, is the moment you destroy it, because you will mirror each other, because you will blame. The other person that's being blamed will draw in an offence against it and say, no, Tyrone, I am not being told what to do of what is good and what is not. It's not good for my life. If I'm not good for your life and you here on this side are not happy with me, then there you go. The law of averages says it's not down to me, it's down to you. If you're not happy, you make the decision that you're not happy here, because there's nothing else I can do to make it better for you. Okay, I'm not here to fix you. Okay, I'm here to be me. So when you're in soulmate situations, you have to meet someone where you are obviously compatible within every chart, because every placement of star sign within your 12 placements will have conflict against another star sign. This is on the teaching tier, by the way. Okay, that a star sign of a house will have conflict with another house of your chart. So you get two individual people with chakras down here. If your second house conflicts with my second house around money and assets and home and how much and job, if that's a conflicted energy, then we're going to argue about money and finances. If that is compatible, will be very easy come, very easy go. But then when you move to another house, you'll have another non-compatible, compatible energy. That's why you're always on a search for a perfect partner. Because when you eventually, within time, find one, that's when you find equality. You find that everything is balanced with a Libra energy, not a Libra, but balance. You find balance, you see, because it's fair. Okay, if not, what you get is an affair. Not, and then it's like, well, that's not fair. Because there's an affair, Well, it isn't for you, but it is for me because that seems fair to me. if that makes any sense, or that's the sense that makes none, right? So let's see, Virgo. So the wounded warrior, the Ten of Swords, because it's something it feels as if it's over before it began, or it has begun, but it's only just begun to live white lace and promises. A kiss for luck and I'm on my way. It's only just begun. Justin, Justice. Why is it only just begun? Because it's a 1. But it's also ended. To every end of a rainbow, there's a beginning. There never is a pot of gold. There is just death, unfortunately. But, yeah, it's only just begun, which means that it could be a new person on this side here. 2 of Cups, it's not begun, but it is there. Meaning it's floating around. Okay, we all float down here, Stephen King. But, it's floating around. It is there as a 1, which means an opportunity. It's arrived. Okay? An arrival, just like this person coming into a hospital. A&E. Oh, they just arrived. What's wrong with them? Oh, dear, bruv, look at the state of him. You're right down there, Sid. Hey, pay attention to me. Fuck you, I don't give a shit. I'm more concerned about what's going down on it. What the fuck is actually going down there? Hey, Sid, take a look at that. What the fuck is actually down there? I don't know. What is down there? What about me? You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. We're more concerned about what's going on down this pit. What is going down Meatwell Pits? What is going on? Fuck, I don't know. What is going on? Well, I'll tell you what is going on. The 2 of Cups is what's going on. So there might be someone that's fuck this one. I'm not really worried about that person. I'm more worried about this 2 of Cups here. That's why this is a 1. I'm not bothered about this person that comes in. I'm more worried about my love life than what I am here. I'm at work thinking, right, this person's just come in on a stretcher. And then all of a sudden, my twin flame comes into my aura and I start thinking about them. And then thinking about them while I'm at work and thinking, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder where they are. And you sit in the A&R or the R&E or A&E and you're like, oh, yeah, I'll be with you in a minute, sweetheart. I'm just dealing with my... I'm thinking about this person at work. Right, here. Let me paint you a picture. Someone's drawing or painting someone a picture, because that was it. I paint a picture every time I go out and around the water. So someone is drawing or doing someone a picture. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Virgo. 6 of Wands. Attention, attention, I need your attention. What? What do you want now? You see, it's this energy that someone could be attention-seeking in the wrong manner. 6, obviously, is your attention-seeking energy. Not when you're on my teaching tier and I start teaching you about 9. No. Okay, getting accolades, attention-seeking. Oh, hello there, Prince Charming. What's your name? My name's Daphne. Really? You look like a man. I am a man. Unless there's a same-sex relationship here somewhere. But hello, I'm come here to save the day. So, yeah, you could have someone that saves people. Or I'm here as a soulmate to save you from your worst nightmare. Which means the one that isn't working here could be a new person for some of you guys. That's to say, well, I'm here to save you from your worst nightmare. Right? Here. Now, that's the next 48 hours. So, that's a little bit of a laugh and a little bit of a joke. If you want to join my new website, you can have 25% off anything that you join at the moment by following any of the links below. You can actually, because I'm going to do your weekly reading now, coming up for Virgo, okay? But to join the new website, you can download individual readings, meaning you don't even have to join as a subscripted-based tier thing. You can just download the one reading if you want a weekly. I haven't done it with the monthlies because they're really cheap in order to be able to join the tier anyway. When it gets expensive, where you get the subscription-based tier that is monthlies and weeklies, because that's more expensive, I've decided to only do the weeklies as a buy or rent one time type thing. Okay, so if you want the weeklies, you can buy them individually like this reading. Okay, now if you don't want that and you want to join the actual subscription based, you get multiple options. Obviously you have the bronze tier, which is just the monthly reading. Okay, so you get 2 of those per week, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Then you get the silver, which is monthly readings and weekly readings. All of them is about 60 in total altogether. Sometimes they will only be on the website, and then and that's the silver tier. And then you get the gold tier, which is monthlies, weeklies, and all of the teaching segments and modules and videos that I do, teaching you about cards, tarot cards, do's and don'ts, this, that, loads of different stuff that are all added into the gold tier, or there's actually just the teaching tier. But the gold tier is where you will get literally everything, okay? And at this time, you get a 25% off. Now, if you stick around and you make sure you hit the bell, the like, subscribe, and the bell icon, we're going to be going live quite often. Now, I've got my gear all rigged up somehow. When I have time, I will go live, okay? And we will do some music, we'll have some fun, we'll do whatever it is, we'll chat, and then I'll do a giveaway. So say, pick a number between 1 and 1,000, or whatever it is, depending on how many people we've got. And then say, whoever picks that number, after about 20 minutes or half an hour, I'll say, okay, I'll go on an app, pick a number, and if you've picked that number, you will win a 25% or 50% or free 1 month subscription to the monthly readings, or something like that, okay? So we're going to give giveaways in the form of subscriptions to the new website. Okay, so we're going to do that whenever I can, but make sure you hit the bell to know when I'm going live. Okay, guys, so if you would like to join for your weekly reading, please make sure that you take a look below. Okay? All right, guys, thanks very much. I really appreciate it, Virgo, and I will see you soon.